maybe anti-fishing,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, we're showing,
we
raising
should
awareness for the animals.
Protect the animals
Yeah,
in the sea.
exactly. Do you agree with that? Do you think we should be protecting the animals in the sea?
I agree with you because the fish, they also have their life. They are created in the earth.
Yep.
The same with us.
It's powerful that you said that. They feel pain, right? They
Yeah,
have
they
families,
feel-
they have friends, they have a purpose on life, just like you and me.
You are right. They
Yeah.
also have family.
Yeah.
They have parents and children.
When you walked through there and you saw like the bodies of the fish, the dead animals, do you ever think differently? Do you think about the life that they used to have, or are you just conditioned to see that they're now the food?
When I see their dead body, I see their face. They are painful.
Yeah.
Their facial
Expressions.
looks
Yeah.
like painful, very painful.
Yeah. So
I can imagine their life when they are alive.
yeah. Wow. That's really powerful to hear that. Yeah.
My English is
No, your English is great.
awful.
Yeah, your English is great. So do you eat animals? Do you eat fish? Do you eat cows, pigs, chickens?
Yeah, I eat, but I don't. In China, many people they eat dog,
Yes.
but I don't eat dog.
Okay.
Dog meat.
And why do you not eat dog meat?
Because the dog are our humans company, our friend.
Yeah. So you were raised and conditioned to see those animals as your pets, the ones that you keep in your home and you love. And,
Yeah.
Do you think there's a difference between a dog and a fish and a cow in regards to their value at life?
They are equal.
They're equal.
Equal.
Yeah.
I think they are equal in the earth.
Okay, that's amazing to hear. Because they are. I mean, we're animals too, right?
Yeah, we are animals too.
We're living, we're breathing, we're feeling. We may think differently than them. They may look different than us. They may have scales and feathers and hooves, and we might have different, overall extremities. But at the end of the day, we still feel pain, and we're the same. And so you have that love for dogs, and you wouldn't eat dog meat. Have you heard of veganism before, like being vegan?
Vegan. What's the meaning of vegan?
So do you know vegetarian?
Vegetarian.
Yeah,
I know.
so vegetarians don't eat any.
They only eat vegetable.
Yeah,
They
vegetarians will eat dairy, they'll still have milk, cheese, and they'll eat eggs. Vegans don't eat consume any animal products. So we don't eat eggs, we don't eat cheese, yogurts, ice cream, we don't wear animals because, like you said, we believe all animals are equal, right?
Yeah.
So if animals are equal, and we believe that they have a purpose on this planet, and it's not for us to consume them, it's not for us to harm them or to exploit them,
Yeah.
therefore, would you think that it's our duty or it's our moral obligation to not contribute to their suffering? Do you agree with that?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's why veganism is so important. And I'm not sure if it's big in China at all, but I know it's on the rise all around the world with people who are adopting this vegan lifestyle. This vegan lifestyle, being vegan, which means we want to cause the least amount of unnecessary harm as humanly possible.
Can you show me the word vegans?
Yeah.
I want to know this vocabulary. It's an English word or a Swedish word?
It's English, but I think it's sort of being accepted worldwide now. And it's amazing that you wanna know what it is. I think it's a really important thing.
This word, vegan. In China, it means 素食主义者.
And what does that mean?
Only eat vegetables.
Yeah, so we eat plants. We eat things that come from the ground that don't scream when we kill them, right? Like I think the easiest way to explain it, that we don't consume any being that.
But in my opinion, plants also have their life.
Sure, plants are a living being, right?
Yeah.
But what do plants not have that animals have?
Oh, plants don't have, animals have.
Same with us. We have it, plants don't.
We have, plants don't. It's a family.
So a brain,
A brain, yeah.
and a central nervous system. Therefore, plants aren't sentient. Sentience is being consciously aware of feeling pain, right? So plants don't have a brain or a central nervous system. So if you were to put a carrot on a cutting board and cut a carrot, do you think that carrot is feeling pain? Whereas if you were to put a pig on a cutting board and cut the pig, we know that that pig is feeling pain. Or we can assume, we can see it in their eyes, we can hear them scream.
Yeah.
That's the difference. So yes, plants are living beings, 100%. They're alive, and you know, they take in sunlight and they convert that into, you know, energy, but they don't have that brain and central nervous system. They're not sentient. So
they are not sensitive to the pain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They react to stimuli, to sunlight, that sort of stuff, but they don't feel that pain. So therefore, if we as human beings need to survive, we need to eat something if we want to survive. So you get that choice now. Do you want to eat food that doesn't feel pain, that doesn't have a brain? Or do you want to eat animals that we breed into existence, we torture, we kill, and then they don't come back again? They're dead.
Sure, I would choose the plants.
Yeah, exactly. And in China too, most people primarily consume a plant-based diet anyway. A lot of rice, a lot of vegetables, a lot of salad, and then a lot of fish as well, but not too much meat, right?
Yeah. In China, there are more and more restaurants only based on plants.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's vegan. So the vegan movement is growing in China then, I guess. Because a lot of people, because the Yulin Dog Festival's in China, right? The biggest dog meat festival in the world.
Yeah.
And most people are against that. I think a lot of Chinese people are as well. And I think the more we get to this new state of consciousness, this is what I look at it as. We've been conditioned to eat animals. You're not a bad person for eating animals. You've just grown up in a world where eating animals was normal. You didn't have a choice. Your parents just gave you food when you were a kid. But when we get older and we're able to make more informed decisions based on how we think and feel inside, we're able to say, hey, do I want to eat that plant, or do I want to eat that animal that had a life, that was living, that was breathing, that was sentient, that felt pain? And then if you want to choose the one that doesn't support the killing of animals, the needless killing of animals, that's what veganism is about.
When we are a child, we don't have choice. But when we grow up, we learn more about the knowledge about the animals, the life. We have our choice.
Yes.
We can decide which kind of food I will choose.
Exactly. And so that's really important. So what I want to do, let me give you, I have this card. Do you have Netflix? Do you have Netflix? Or Netflix is like
Netflix,
Netflix, the TV, the internet provider
TV,
where you can watch movies and TV shows, and then YouTube. So what I'll do is I'll give you this. Highly recommend watching Forks Over Knives, Cowspiracy, and What the Health. Pretty much anything that's on here, I highly recommend watching it. Same with on YouTube. You know YouTube, obviously.
In China, we can see YouTube. But
Netflix might be different.
We don't have Netflix.
So then if YouTube's what you have, the best speech you will ever hear, it's by a man who talks to a college classroom in the US and explains what it means to be a vegan and why we're vegan. It'll give you a lot of information. And then 101 reasons to go vegan. So both these, the top and the bottom, highly recommend watching it. And also, if you like, do you like to read? Do you like books?
I like reading.
There's a book called The China Study.
The China Study.
And I think it is translated in many languages. Basically, this doctor, what he did is he wrote this book based off one of the largest epidemiological studies ever done on humans and nutrition. And it takes place in China, this study. So the China Study is what actually helped me go vegan. And it was a really important resource for me to explain to myself a lot about the health aspect of vegan, because that's something we haven't even talked about yet. We understand that it's cruel to eat animals, and that you've already said you're against that and you would choose the plants over the animals any day, but we're forgetting about the health implications about eating animals and what it does to our health, and environmental as well. We know that animal agriculture is one of the leading causes of environmental destruction. So there's all this information on here that you can look at, and then if you ever need help, there's a full resource page called challenge22.com.
It's a website.
Yeah, it's a website. What it'll do is it'll log you in. You have Facebook?
I have Facebook before.
Okay.
But now in China, they don't let you. We can't visit the website because of the government.
I see. Okay, so what I would recommend then doing is watching these two videos, like I said, the top and the bottom, and then reading the China Study. It's going to be really good information, and then all of these websites here will give you so much stuff about veganism. Because do you think knowing what you know now and having that connection when you see the animal in there and when you look at their face and you see that sadness and that pain, do you think you're going to look into veganism and wanting to eat only plants and not animals?
I think maybe we could abandon the animal feed immediately.
Yes.
But we can develop our habit slowly.
Yeah.
We need time.
Yeah.
I think we need time.
Yeah, and it's gonna. Some people are gonna take longer than others. I went vegan overnight. The second I read this book and the second I watched some of the footage of animals, I was like, I can't do it. You know. And then some people take a little bit longer. My friend took a year. I took 1 day.
You took 1 day?
I took not even 1 day, just like split second, because I took a step back for a second and I put my ego aside. I put my lifestyle aside, which is pretty hard sometimes. And I asked myself, do I want to take better care of my health? And do I want to take better care of this planet? And do I want to take better care of the animals? I answered yes, yes, and yes. So it was easy. It was a new lifestyle. We all know how to eat plants. We know how to live vegan. You know how to go eat salad, rice, beans, lentils, tofu. We know how to do this. It's just changing your mindset, right? It's changing a lifestyle that we've been conditioned to live, which is hard, yes. But that's why watching these 2 videos, reading these books, educating yourself so that you can easily make that change to a more healthy lifestyle for you, the planet, and one that isn't contributing to needless suffering for animals. Do you have a pen by any chance?
Pen.
A pen, let me see if I have one. I don't have a pen.
I have a pen.
Okay, that would be great. I want to write down a documentary that just came out today that you can find online.
Okay.
And this will change your whole perception on the foods that we eat. And I really appreciate you taking the time to chat with me. It's amazing. It seems like you have a lot of love in your heart for the animals. It's refreshing.
This is for the pen.
Okay, I'm gonna write this down for you. There's this documentary that just came out called Dominion. If you go to dominionmovement.com, there'll be a video up there that you can rent for $1. And the dollar goes to support the people who made that movie. So you watch this movie, it's gonna change your life. It's gonna take you really deep into all the industries in which human beings exploit animals.
The movie is online.
It's online.
We can download.
You can download it as well for $5. You can rent it for $1, download it for $5.
Okay.
Dominion Movement, if you can watch anything, that one.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah, and what's your name?
My English name is Ross.
Ross, I like it. I'm Joshua.
Joshua.
Yeah, thank you so much
Nice
for your
to meet
time.
you.
Nice to meet you too. Yeah, I really appreciate you taking the time and listening to this.
I have a vacation in Sweden for 12 days.
Wow, beautiful.
I will return to China in July 17th.
Okay.
So I have.
So you have some time here. Enjoy it. Yeah, enjoy it.
Sweden is a great country.
Yeah. It's nice. Well, I appreciate it, Ross. Yeah. Thank you. Enjoy.
See you again.
Yeah, have a good one.